Hey everyone, glad you're here. I am so excited. We are talking some hot topics tonight. For those who may not know me, my name is Bren Harris. I founded Warrior Moms by Bren when my son was medically injured at 22 months of age. Let me tell you, we have walked through hell and now we walk through it like we own the place, and you can too. These last 10 years have been transformational. Would I have chosen the journey? No way. Would I ever trade it? No way. Because who I'm becoming through that journey reminds me to tell you your story matters. Now, if you're streaming live, please put an L in the, hey guys, good to see you. Put an L in the chat. We use American Sign Language as a workaround. And if you're on the replay, put an R. And we are talking some really hot topics. For those of you who have been living under a rock the last couple of days, we've had some pretty interesting things happen in our country in the last 4 days, and presumed presidential attempted assassination, a convention, and a debate. And we love to say, hey, we're from the South, we're going to be super nice. Don't ever talk politics and religion. Well, that's what we're talking about tonight. And why are we doing that? Because I am a firm believer that what we don't track or measure doesn't happen. And when we get sucked into current events, and when we get sucked into all the turmoil that's happening in our world today, we get off course and we are not walking in purpose or championing our calling. And first things first, I'm a firm believer. What are my goals? What are my 3 pillars for my life? Mine's faith, purpose, and health for 2024. Faith, purpose, and health. And anything that doesn't support that does not get addressed. A lot of my friends are saying, why are you so quiet? I really don't have anything to say. I'm here to say we are in this together, and together we're stronger. Hey, guys, let us know where you're at. Hey, good to see you guys. Let us know where you're chiming in from. I am in Oklahoma, and it has been hotter than the 9th level of hell here. And we got a little bit of a reprieve this week, today, unexpected rain. That's why I'm wearing my natural curls. I got caught in the rain with my son, and it was such a nice reprieve. And we love to say, okay, who says and what's the workaround? Just a quick update on my story. I worked, I got out of college, got my master's, and then decided that wasn't for me. Went and worked a little bit at a small company in public relations. And then I found my dream job after I did some music work. And what I thought was my dream job. And I was in corporate America for 5 very long years. And by the end of that, I had half the United States as my territory. And it was 15 years, 5 years that felt like 15. If you can relate, put a relate in the comments. I'm very thankful for that opportunity. I learned a lot of what I don't want in my life. I do not want a boss. I do not want someone telling me where to be and what to do. I found myself living in airports and hotels, working with customers all over the US. And it sounds exciting until you do it. And it wrecked my health and it wrecked my mental health. And I am so thankful that once I did my 5 years and I made a deal with my folks, they helped me pay for college. And I said, I'll do a corporate job for 5 years so I can learn the ropes. And then I went out on my own. I have been an entrepreneur and a warrior mom for the last 15 years. And I know a little bit about a lot, but not a lot about a little bit. Let me back up and explain that. I am a firm believer that first things first. When we wake up, we're not grabbing our phone and looking at all the current events. We have that daily habit. In my circle, we call that the 3-in-1 day. We're going to have 3 different days in that 24-hour period, 3 8-hour days. My 8-hour day starts at 5:30 in the morning, Central Time. And that's just when I wake up. Now that I'm walking in my purpose, I have not needed an alarm clock at all. Now, the people who knew me back in the day or have traveled with me in the last 15 years, they're like, wow, you are the snooze queen. I mean, I would hit that thing 9 times. And it's 9 more minutes, 9 more minutes, 9 more minutes. I wake up before an alarm. I don't need an alarm. I have not had an alarm all this year. And that's pretty amazing for me. I don't say it because I'm cool. I'm saying this is the power of purpose. Yes, yes, I know. And thanks, guys, for letting me know. And if you are getting value, please let us know in the comments value. And when we talk politics, I want you to hear me, hear my heart. I'm going to unzip my heart and be really vulnerable here. I need us to be united. I don't really want to know what your political affiliation is. To me, that's a very personal and very much a calling. I am going to be my interests, economy, because I'm an entrepreneur, and care for my son. When you have a child that doesn't fit in the bell curve, everything and every policy starts to matter. And I want to make sure he has those services even when I'm no longer here. And your goals and your desires and your needs for your family may be very different. I'm not here to argue any of that. I want you to follow your gut and your conviction. What I don't want to see is all of us getting knocked off of our purpose because we're, sucked into the drama. Okay. I am very thankful. Hey guys, good to see you. Harlem, New York, Strong Island, Florida, Georgia. Good to see you guys. And if you're listening on the audio, when I do these American Sign Language things, please feel free to just go to YouTube and say, what's the ASL sign for? And we are talking detach. That's how we stay in our own lane and we absolutely kill that 3 in 1 day. Now, do I always get this right? Absolutely not. I know that it is a choice every single day. Now, there's an old saying that says a man or woman convinced of his will is of his or her will is of the same opinion still. We are not here to bully, to pontificate, as politicians tend to do. We are not here to convince people to believe like we believe. That is not what we're here for. I want to encourage you to detach. And the sign for that is like this. It's like breaking apart, taking your hands and just breaking them apart. Detach. And the acronym for that is don't even think about changing him or her. Here we go. We have D. I'm trying to do this so you guys can see it. D-E-T-A-C-H. Don't even think about changing him or her. We're going to step back. We're going to take a pause and we are going to detach. We are going to say, that's not my race. Now, I don't mean this offensively, yet it's very true. I promise you, there's a really 99.99% chance that Joe and Donald do not know your name. I want you to know that. They do not know your name. And I don't want you to get sucked into all the drama on social media and all the drama in our families and the broke brother-in-law and the addict sister-in-law and being here and saying, we're going to have this argument because it's what we do. No, we're drop the drama. Okay. With my son, he's now a teenager. You guys have seen the pictures. He towers over me. I work out like a crazy woman so I can be strong physically, mentally, and emotionally. And I always say, save the drama for the llamas because we have a farm right down the street and we drive by the llamas. I want you to understand drama is not your purpose. It is a distraction. Okay, hear me. That's worth writing down. Drama is not your purpose. It is a distraction. And anything that distracts you from your purpose, is creating an assassination of your dreams. Okay. Drama is not your purpose. It is a distraction. I'm going to make a t-shirt and a bumper sticker and a flag. Okay, so here we go. We have first things first. When you wake up, hit the ground running. Now, I do take a moment to have my quiet time and my alone time before the entire family gets up. And I know that, hear me, moms, we tend to do and do and do for others, and we find ourselves trying to pour from an empty cup. And we're cranky and irritable and burned out. Resist doing that. Resist is the word. Shout out to Tennille the captain. Resist is the word. Resist trying to pour from an empty cup every single day. Then we're going, after we put first things first, then we're going to not check our phone to get sucked into all of this stuff on social media or the media in general. I used to be part of them. Please hear me. If it bleeds, it leads. Only the negative sells. And I really want you to step back and say, what are my convictions? What's best for my family? What am I here to do on this planet? Now, one of our mentors talks about a calculator. And if you want this, just reach out to me in the DMs. And it is a business calculator. And I was like, wow, we plug in the money we make right now. Let's say you make $100,000 a year. Then you look at the hours, especially being salaried, the hours you put in. And I did the math for that corporate job back in the day. And I'm like $15 an hour, which is practically minimum wage. And so now I'm going, well, if I could wave it, when I wave a magic wand, my absolute mantra is, hi, my name is Bren Harris. I founded Warrior Moms by Bren when my son was medically injured at 22 months of age. We walked through hell. Now we walk through it like we own the place, and you can too. And by the way, I make $1 billion a year. That's $114,000, $157 an hour, $38,000 every 20 minutes, $1,900 an hour. Now, when I break it down like that, I'm like, is this worth $1,900 an hour when I get distracted or get worked up or get sucked into the drama that's happening right now? No, absolutely not. Not worth it. And it really keeps it. If you guys are pet owners, it dog whispers me because it gets me back in my lane, convinces me to stay in my lane and not waste my precious resources on drama. Now, remember, detach. We're just pulling our hands apart. Detach. Don't even think about changing him or her. Okay. Now we have first things first, our 3-in-1 day, and we have the sign for detach. Now we are doing a masterclass tomorrow night, and we're talking about SMART goals. We're talking about clarity, being free from distraction. When I looked up that definition a few weeks ago, I had no idea this would be the state of our nation. And what I'm learning is that when we set those boundaries, yeah, I can have an opinion and I can follow my convictions. I'm just not going to waste $1,900 a minute being sucked into someone else's drama. Okay. And then we have our goals drive our daily system. And that's the 3-in-1. You have first 8 hours, second 8 hours, third 8 hours. And hear me. Rest is equally as important as work. Hear me. Rest is equally as important. I know that's an unpopular opinion in our hustle culture. No, your health is your wealth. That's why my habit stack or my pillars for this year are faith, purpose, health. They don't always go in that order because to me, they're really intertwined. If I don't have one, I don't have the other. And anything that doesn't fit into those pillars doesn't get my energy or my $1,900 a minute time. Okay, hear me. Be intentional. You are called for such a time as this, and you are not here to get distracted. Now, if you are getting value, please let us know. And if you have an opinion, we welcome that in the comments. We're letting the sparks fly tonight. I am here to say, stay in our own lane and make sure we are walking in our purpose and championing our calling, not anybody else's. Hear me. We are walking in purpose and championing our calling. Now, because goals drive our daily habits, I'm a huge fan of James Clear's book, Atomic Habits, and it talks about the habit stacking. You guys, almost every video I do, I talk about habit stacking. Get the small win. If you're having a really rough day, we have friends on here that are dealing with chronic illness. My son diagnosed on the autism spectrum. Some days he gets up and it is just not working. So we back up, shut up, pray up, and then we step into the small wins. I call them quick wins because to me, no win is small. Okay. Stack it. Stack the deck in your favor at the very beginning of the day. And just because someone else in your household is not walking in their purpose is no reason for you to get sucked into that drama either. Okay. We are not here to fix people. We are here to model destiny and purpose for others. Okay. We are not here to fix people. We are here to model destiny and purpose for others. Now we're staying in our own lane. We're habit stacking. We're making $38,000 every 20 minutes because our time is valuable. The next time we get sucked into drama or we're being knocked off of our purpose because someone triggers us, we allow ourselves to get triggered. We all have triggers. Some people just don't admit it. Think, is this worth $1,900 in a minute? No, it is not. The people I can help for $1,900 a minute, ooh, bring it. Okay, so the Latin root, I'm all about choices. And the Latin root for choice is opt, O-P-T. All right, opt. And that is where we get the word option. Now we have a choice. Are we going to hit the snooze? Are we going to waste that time? Because I don't like it. I don't like it when I wake up and go back to sleep because the dreams just get freaky and crazy. And I'm going, that had nothing to do with anything. And I'm like, shake it off. And then the Latin root says choose. Now I know that when I have that 3-in-1 day, that third 8 hours, that's my rest and restore and I prep for the next day and rest and restore. Guys, I do this out of necessity and desperation. If I do not have a structure or a plan, my son is off the rails. So this is really important to understand. That one thing that you think is an obstacle for you to walk in your destiny, whether it's a child with special needs or a chronic illness or a corporate job you despise, maybe that obstacle is the one thing that launches your platform. Because my greatest heartache, my son's medical injury, this healthy baby boy goes to a doctor's appointment and is never the same. I'm the one that took him there. I could buy into that junk and believe the lies and feel guilty and have all that mom guilt. It's so real. But I can also bless and release and say, I know we are called for such a time as this, and healing is possible. Whatever you're going through, know that that is in your path for a reason, because it builds muscle and it really is a speed bump. Okay, so I mentioned a moment ago, choice or to choose also is the root word of decide, which means to cut off. I didn't know decision, or the root word of decision, was to cut off. When I decide to walk in purpose, I'm not announcing this. It's a decision. It's between me and higher power. Now, in our nation, the Gallup poll as of July 5th was just a few, maybe a week or so ago, a little over a week ago. The poll said that 41% of people in our nation consider themselves Christian. 33% consider themselves spiritual. Now, I don't know all the details of that. I know that our country was founded on very conservative Christian beliefs. I'm not quite sure I align with all of that. I do know that my faith is the number one pillar for me right here, right now. And I know I would not be standing without it. There's no way. Now, am I going to try to convince you to believe the way I am? No, I'm detaching. Don't even think about changing him or her. We're here to say politics and religion are hot buttons. What about personal responsibility and personal faith? Whatever that may be. We don't announce things to people who are not walking where we are. Oh, thanks, Nettie. Really appreciate that. I'm a firm believer, and I didn't come up with this, but when the body moves, the mind grooves, and that's why we use ASL. And on the way to school and on the way home, we do affirmations, and it's I am enough. I am smart. I use all my words wisely. I am strong. You can see I got a little extra skin, but I'm getting my guns ready. And we have I have gone through a total transformation emotionally and mentally. And then this year has been the culmination of all of that, and had a health scare. And now I'm so close to 100-pound weight loss that I am like, wow, the things they don't tell you when you lose a bunch of weight for health reasons. And I will be talking about that a little bit in our masterclass more in depth. Now, I know that SMART goals and clarity, remember clarity, that means free from distraction or clutter. And then boundaries, we're setting that boundary that we're going to protect that time in the morning. We're going to walk in our purpose and champion our calling. And I'm not trying to sound like a positive greeting card. I'm saying these are the things that have kept me sane while facing insurmountable, painful obstacles. Hear me. Insurmountable, what felt insurmountable, and painful obstacles. And those are the things that show us that, yeah, just enough light for the step I'm on. And then we take one more step. And those are the quick wins. Every single day, earlier in the day, the better, because it creates momentum. When the body moves, the mind grooves. And it's true the other way around. When we get those quick wins early, first thing, that sets the positive tone for more wins to follow. Now, choice, Latin root, opt, O-P-T, O-P-T, and that is the where we get our English word options. And then to decide or make a course of action. Hear me. We are stronger together. We don't have to agree on everything. Yeah, good. We don't have to agree on everything. And we can still be kind and respectful. This is where I think social media leads us astray, because, people think they can say whatever they want sitting at a computer or on their phone, and they're not facing people. That's not what we're about. We're here to make the room better. We walk into the room and we influence that room. We are always a thermostat, changing the temperature for the better instead of the thermometer, and reflecting the temperature in the room. Now, we have goals drive daily actions, and we have that 3-in-1 day habit stacking, and vision leads our decision. Now, I am not saying write down a pie in the sky vision and then go share it with everybody. I'm saying really sit down and say, when I wave a magic wand, what does my ideal life look like? I've said for years, I world school with my son, and we have a personal nanny, and I make $1 billion a year. I've said this for years, and I will continue to say it, because I am called for such a time as this, and so are you, because your story matters. Now, just quick recap. We have first things first. We're going to do our 3-in-1 day. We're going to get up and we're going to resist the drama. We are going to resist getting sucked into anything that takes us off our path. And I want you to take that time and also write your vision, because vision leads our decisions. I have my vision up in my office. I have it in my car. I have it in my cupboard where I get my coffee cup. I have it on the coffee machine, because when I am reading that, the reticular activating system that we have reinforces that, because vision leads decision. When I have a clear vision and you have a clear vision, we are led for a purpose, not by feelings, because feelings are just feelings, they're not fact. And do I always get this right? No. New Year's resolutions, I do not believe in them, but they, by mid-year, we're in the new half year, 80% fail. Why? Because we think we can make big changes overnight. Here in the States, we're celebrating the holidays all through December. And then we hit the first of the year, and we're like, oh, I've got to make up for lost time. And I'll tell you, we did habit stacking, goal setting, and vision setting at the beginning, before the beginning of the year started with our mastermind. And this is the first time. I'm totally on track. And it's not because of me, it's because the system is so strong, because we only fall to the lowest part, the lowest common denominator, or the weakest link in our system. I am here to say we've talked politics and religion and faith and destiny, and we are still alive. No one's throwing arrows, and we can have an adult conversation. I'm so excited. And I don't always get everything right. I do want you to know I would love to have you on the masterclass tomorrow night. It will be recorded. I'm happy to send that to you as well. Please reach out in the DMs. And we are talking about 4 secrets to unleash your inner warrior. You got a really good behind the scenes insight tonight. Remember, be legendary, unapologetic, and always be you. Warriors unite.